Alrighty, welcome back again, everybody. It is time for our second run with MixMastaPJ, and since we are running pretty far ahead with our marathon schedule, we got a little unannounced extra treat for this run. We're going to do cutscene percents. When we were kind of going over the run the other day, MixMastaPJ mentioned that there's a lot of really great stuff that, of course, the speedrun generally skips in at any percent. And since we have the extra time, and it only takes a few extra minutes anyway, we're going to see the cutscene percent for this game. And that sounds like a lot of fun. So I'll hand it over to you at this point, MixMastaPJ. Please do take it away.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for tuning back in with Fleet Fest, kicking it old school. Day 2 here. We got Skater Die 2. Skater Die 1, you guys might remember. Really popular game. Lots of little mini events and side things going on. Trying to get the new skateboard from Rodney and doing all these things. Skater Die 2 is included. It's got its own adventure. Its own platforming section where you're trying to actually worry about your health and have weapons and all sorts of crazy stuff going on here. So there's a story that we need to kind of get to here, and luckily cutscene percent's going to let us kind of fill you in on what's going on. Because normally I'd be mashing through the cutscenes and skipping through everything to get to the first level. So I'd love to be able to take it away and show you guys what that's all about. So without further ado, let's get started here on the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we're going to let this thing all do its stuff and introduce all the characters, so I don't have to try and mash through. Rodney is the skateboard shop owner. He's going to be who we're going to try and bump into to buy 2 new skateboards. We're going to try and do that in the first level and then never again. We're hoping to never run into this guy. He's a friendly fellow, Lester, but he just teaches us tricks, none of which we're actually going to need for the speed run. So bumping into him kind of takes us to a menu to talk and interact with him, and I don't want to deal with it. Now, CJ is who we're going to try and end up saving here because she's going to end up getting kidnapped a little bit later. But she is one of the important characters in helping the development of the story. And Icepick is our villain. He is not a big fan of us, our friends. He's also a skateboarder and going to be a big problem for us a little bit later. So that's me, or you, or the protagonist, whoever this is. This is that's our hero right here. So let's figure out the backstory. It's another beautiful day in the quiet town of Elwood. State and country withheld there. Perfect weather for the mayor's wife to take her poodle Fifi for a nice walk. Music gets all dark and hardcore again because it's perfect weather as well for you to take your board out. So we're rolling around out there looking for some serious sidewalk shredding. This is great, clean streets, excellent weather. Can it get any better than this? Oh look, Fifi, the antique store is having a sale. Hey, poser, where'd you learn to ride? And I, or you, or whoever is confused, buzz off, Icepick. Who are you calling poser? Oh, that's my face when I go AFK on my stream, by the way. No real animals were harmed in the making of this game. Make sure that we got that disclaimer out there. So that's the story. Skateboarding's banned.
Major bummer, dude.
What are we going to do, apparently? We're going to take it out on the mayor's wife here. So these are the times that try the skater's skulls. Aggro Eddie. I never run into Aggro Eddie. Here's Rodney giving us the breakdown of what's going to happen. We're going to try and look at him for the 2 skateboards. Now, in this game, in the city of Elwood, with the poor skateboarding community, apparently tacos and french fries and CDs and cassette tapes, those are currency. They're not health. Wild, right? So I gotta go grab those tacos and those fries, and I'm actually gonna go right back here to the beginning of the level. Now, what I'm gonna do here is, because right a little bit to the left of where I'm currently standing is where Rodney's route is gonna bounce back and forth. So I'm gonna try and get 2 encounters with him here. One, I'll get right there. I'm gonna upgrade my skateboard to the second board, and he's gonna bounce back and hit me again. And we're gonna upgrade to the third skateboard as fast as humanly possible, so now we can fly here. Go right past him because they won't let you get another skateboard in this level. We actually don't need anything faster than this. This is the only upgrade we're going to need the whole game. We're hoping never to run into him or his son ever again. Just waste time. We don't need it. All right, so gonna roll up here. We got our fast skateboard out of level 1, which is all we need, and now we're gonna take on the mayor's wife, I guess. They were unclear as to what I'm actually doing here, but apparently I'm shooting her with paint clips, which I think are a neighbor of paintball guns. All right, so anyhow, I don't know if she is dead per se, but maybe her stance on skateboarding has changed. I don't know, but now we're gonna go down to the local half pipe. Ooh, I like that idea for live split. I might do that. We got no official building permit for our half pipe. Oh, and that building code, of course. How did he not remember that one? I also like how it's a rectangle of the bulldozer going back and forth. Like the sky background is traveling with it too. They couldn't just make the whole thing blue and just the bulldozer going back and forth. It chose to make that entire image. Get a job. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna get a job. Alright, well there's the remnants of our half pipe. What do you guys think I'm gonna work? It doesn't actually mean war. We never have more than a paintball gun. So anyhow, next day. Or later that day apparently. No, not the skateboard factory. I wonder if that's aggro Eddie. Yeah, malls. You guys remember those? We're going skateboarding to the mall. We're going to make deliveries around the mall on our skateboard. That sounds legal and reasonable and safe. What could possibly go wrong? That's all they've been saying is it's Ariel from The Little Mermaid. I think Ariel was taken from this game, to be honest. Make all these deliveries and get paid at the end of the day, so don't dawdle about. There might be some bonuses in it for you along the way. Wormhouse Records. All right. Well, lucky for me, I know the whole layout of the mall. I know where all the stores are, so that's pretty good. All right, cool. We're ready for this next section. All right, here we go. We got to take our first delivery to Warehouse Records. Also, look at these hilarious store names. You can see if you bump into one of these people, things go bad, but if you're ducking and you run into him, it works fine. You may have seen that police officer in the bottom of the screen. If you bump into him, the first time he just gives you a warning, so that's pretty cool. However, the second time you bump into him, he will teleport you back to either the left escalator or the right escalator. So, sometimes that actually can be to your benefit if you're like in the middle and you're trying to get to the escalator all the way on one of the ends. But if you like have just gotten off the escalator and are heading towards the middle, and then you run into him, he kind of can really mess up your timing. So we'll drop that off at Saline the Albino, and we'll take this to Floorshine Shoes, or we'll take it to Rhinestone Jewelers. Because in this game, they initially, I think, had planned on making like a fixed route that was going to be the way that you would go every single time. And then they were like, nah, let's throw some RNG in there. That'd be even cooler. So what they did was they then deleted that route for the most part, or they thought they did. And then put the RNG in there to make you send you to a bunch of random stores. But there's 5 of them that didn't get deleted from the route. So that means on my 3rd delivery, I could take it either to Rhinestone Jewelers or the place that they just told me to, which is Floorshine Shoes. On my 5th delivery, I can either go where they want me to. Oh, I wanted to go to that bookstore. Whoops. I can either go to wherever they tell me to, or I can go to Wumpus World, whichever one's closer. Now, the movie theater is just a little bit closer than Wumpus World, so we're going to go to the movie theater. But it gives us a little bit of flexibility on the 3rd delivery, 5th delivery, 7th, 9th, and 11th deliveries. So the 7th delivery could also go to Kafka's Candies. We're going to be on the lookout for that and see if our 6th delivery takes us close to that. So there's the movie theater. We got to take this to the shoe store again. Not Floorshine this time, though. We're going back to Mini Shoes. Oh, we got to watch out for this cop. He's trying to get us, but we're just too fast with this rocket board. Oh, whoa, I hit the edge of the wall, and I got the warning. Darn. Oh, well, that's fine. Taco Pit. Who wants to go to Taco Pit when we can go to Kafka's Candies? Actually, that police officer would be really helpful right here. If he could run into... Oh, nope, he's on that side. Never mind. Darn. If he had bumped into me there, we could have either teleported to one side or the other. That would have been a little bit faster than going through this way. But we can go to the candy store and stuff. Never mind. I guess we're going to Taco Pit, because now we're on this side of the mall. Healthy and nutritious food out of business, sorry. Pizza by the ton, though, they're doing great. Frisky yogurt, Cafe Scarf, my favorite, Pups on a Pike. Right next to the Royandale Pet Center. A little suspicious there. Oh, a police officer. Send me the 1 hour photo. Oh my goodness. Right here, the 1 minute photo. Never gets that lucky, does it? Now we gotta head on down to Williams Nut House. Or Stiller's Outpost, which is just as far away, so Williams Nut House is fine. Oops. Didn't mean to do a kick turn there. Gotta duck past the guys at the groceries. Yeah, the shop names are kind of insane. Alright, there we go. Mouse Records is downstairs. So we gotta go over here past pricey gifts and tall, stout, and deformed clothes. Oh no! We got sent all the way over here. That was not where I wanted to go. Where do we need to go again now? The record store. Alright. Our health isn't too bad. We're okay. We don't have like a boss fight or anything to get to this level. There's only a couple of those in the game. One on the first level, one on the last level. Where did they just tell us to go? Tall and stout clothes. I know where that is. Oh my gosh. Don't get me. We gotta get here and then get to the escalator. The reason why I'm worried about him is I don't want him to... Oh my gosh, you got me anyway. That's alright. We can actually go into... At Those Fashions is also the other option. And then Taco Pit, and then we'll be out of this delivery job. The Taco Pit's upstairs. Yeah, the mall's not too bad of a level. There's a lot of RNG stuff going on, too. Controls in this game are quite awkward. This is typically one of those games that you never made it past the first level if you only had a couple of days to rent it from Blockbuster. But, yeah, if you put in the effort, you could definitely make it through the game. The first level is so large as far as those city streets go, so... Alright, we got all our money. We did all the work we needed to do, and now let's go get ourselves a permit. So, who else but Rodney to design this brand new half-pipe? Let's see what's going on. Oh, typical 90s humor here. You guys ready for this? Oh no! Not just that switch! Oh my gosh! The plans!
Most unfortunate.
I think I might use that for my live split. Most unfortunate. Alright, so what do we gotta do? We gotta pick up all these plans from the beach. There's 16 pieces of paper here. Now, this one is like one of the few levels we're really, really worried about health because the crabs and the seagulls and all that really make things a mess. Those down there in the sand, I actually can't get to those. So, I have to wait for RNG to progress the game, to make the wind blow a little bit and send these things a little bit further down the beach. So we try to move a little bit and kill some enemies, and hopefully it triggers the weather. And we hopefully don't lose too much health in the process of doing that, but you can see I can't even get to those. If I touch the sand, I immediately fall down. So, trying to trigger some sort of a meteorological event here. And maybe those plans will make their way over this way. As you can see, one of them has. With a lot of our health being sacrificed here. Only 13 pieces to go out of the 16. Not a lot of progress, but a lot of damage being done. Oh, there we go. It's moving. Let's get it. Oh, we didn't mean to hit the sand. Or the bird. Or that bird. Oh my goodness. Tragedy. Alright, so we got our fast forward though, so we should be able to make some progress here. Now we can catch the other 12 pieces that are in front of us. There is an end to this level, and if the piece of paper at the very end of this train makes it to the end of the level, then it's impossible for us to complete, and it will tell us that. It'll be, hey, you were too slow, dummy. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Oh, come on, she moved right into me. That one's impossible to get without getting hurt, so I guess we gotta wait for another meteorological event. We may take a death here. That would not be good. It's not a very punishing continue system, but it's annoying to have to do it nonetheless. I don't like doing this beach level. I definitely don't want to do it twice. But I might not have a choice at this rate. They're being quite mean to us here. We've only got 3 HP to go. Oh, 2 HP to go. Jeez. Right. Oh my goodness. How mean was that? You see that? I was right on top of it. Nope. Now this grab. What? Oh, and the bird just taking us out. I guess we're continuing. All right. Lucky for us here, there's not, like, we don't lose our board or anything. We get to start with everything the same. Yeah, but we had some really bad RNG. There was some really slow-moving weather. That was not particularly friendly to us here. The sand is whatever. I'm going to take some hits of that. I know how many times I'm going to hit that in the level normally. But the birds, they can be too mean sometimes, so. Alright, he's going to go up. Right there. Oh my goodness, he changed his mind. Right. The crabs are fine. It's the birds and so they're these chicks on rollerblades that are the real problem. Alright, we're good. We can actually jump and squish the crabs. They're not usually as bad. We don't need another skateboard, Rodney, but we appreciate your presence on the beach. If you want to take any of these pieces of paper that you let out your own window, well, I turned on the fan. I do accept some blame, but you could at least help pick some of these up. Oh, come on. I shot the bird, and it still hit me afterwards. That doesn't seem quite fair, does it? But that's all right. All right. Making some progress here. Of course they put one down there in the mean place, but whatever. You get enough pieces of paper, they do give you some of your health back, which is nice, too. There we go. Good grab there. Nice. Ooh. That only took 1 bar of health, but it probably should have taken like 5 or 6. I think that would have knocked 20% of my life out of me. Alright, we're leaving 2 pieces of paper behind. And we're going to chase ahead to get these last 3. Just because we know we don't want to wait for them. We're going to get these and then come back. Alright, well, there we go. So there's 3 behind me. Please don't let the wind blow right now. Please don't let the wind blow right now while I'm going backwards and chasing this one. Alright, good. I wanted to make sure I got it. You can see it. Getting all the papers there. Put me back close to full health now. Like, we're in a good spot. But sometimes it's just a little bit mean to us. Alright, come on. How about a gust of wind? No, Rodney, we don't need a skateboard. Look at all this lag from all these enemies. Come on. At least we know the piece of paper is not going to leave the beach, but come on here. There it is, of course, as soon as I moved left. Alright. We just need the last one here. It's trapped in the sand to make the same movement that one just did. We'll try moving left again to trigger it. Not as gullible. As far as I know, there's not a task in this game that kind of manipulates that to do anything. There's not some sort of like button combination you can just mash or a certain number of enemies you can kill to just make those things fly across the screen. But if somebody would like to put in that homework, I can promise you that me and a couple others would be absolutely delighted with the work that you do. Oh, what? He didn't grab it. All right, well, that's okay, because I'm not really excited to go to the next level. It's like the scariest level in all of NES games. You think I'm joking? This level is a 256-room labyrinth in a giant warehouse. Hey, look, go to VGMaps.com. Go look up Skater Die 2, and go look up the last level. Find me something tougher. I didn't beat it as a kid until, like, age 13 or 14. That's when I drew the whole thing out on graph paper. Trial and error. With the Game Genie, give myself full health. The reason why I'm the only dummy who's ever run this in a marathon. Alright, so CJ's got the permit. Ice Pit confronting her. You know, what you got there? Uh-oh. He knows it's the permit. What's going to happen? Confrontation! We must unite, Ice Pick. We should work together to defeat this government and let us skate. What do you think she's going to do? No! Paint clip to the face! Uh-oh. CJ gets kidnapped. She's in this big, scary warehouse. We gotta go save her. Now, before we can go save her, though, we need the permit. So this giant maze. This is a 64 room, or 4 floor, with each floor being 64 rooms. It's an 8x8 grid, with some of them being accessible, some of them not, until you go up and down certain elevators here. So they color code the floors. The green floor is the second floor. The gray one's the first floor. This blue floor is the third floor. And the way that you enter the escalator facing that direction is how you exit it. So that's why you're seeing me do some kick turns first. So I can get off the escalator, or the elevator there, and immediately be facing the right direction. I'm going to be careful here with a lot of these extra skaters. I'm not going to try and take too much damage, because there isn't that many health upgrades in this level. But we got to go up to the 4th, then back down to the 1st, then back up to the 2nd. So this very long path to find the permit. I know it seems kind of crazy to phrase it that way, but there are literal rooms in the 1st floor that are inaccessible to you on the 1st floor unless you go up to the 4th and then back down. I can't imagine, like, ever someone designing a building like that. Like, you know what? There's a room on the other side of this wall, but I want to make it completely inaccessible once you go up the floor and then back down a floor. And it's exactly what's happening in here. So, if you check out VG Maps, you can see exactly where I'm going, but it is a mess. And this is actually more than half of the run itself. The speed run for this game is roughly 15 minutes, and about 8 of them are spent in this level. So, we watch a lot of extra minutes of cutscene times, and that's been fun. I love being able to show that part, because we don't ever get to really watch that part on my runs on my channel, as we're all trying to get world record all the time. You can't do that watching all the cutscenes, so always a good little flashback there to do that. It's like I went up and then went down to different spots. I don't go up and then down to the same area, if that makes sense. Like, I'm trying to think about how you explain this. Like, the room that I probably was in earlier is next to me right now, but there's no hallway or anything that connects it to that. Alright, so now I'm on this little tiny second floor hallway that's isolated from everything else in the second floor, but that's where the permit is. They give us a nice little health boost there. So we got the permit, and the permit is not on our way to the exit. Ice Pick is hanging out on the roof, and the only way to the roof is to go all the way back to the beginning, and then go right from the start instead of left. So we got a long little traversing to do here. It's kind of insane. What kind of maniac would build this building? And as we get further along, when you're making good progress, there'll be a lot more enemies in the room, so it's kind of how you can tell you're going the right way. I'll show you guys when we're done the game here, the map that I have on my screen. It is unreasonable. Like, what I don't memorize this map. There's no way. Alright. Gotta go up here, and turn here. Go back to this elevator down this way. Back to floor 4. Then we'll go left and then down 3 times or 4 times. Duck. Try to avoid those shots. Down this elevator. Alright. That is not the audio tripping out, though, guys. That is simply, in this game, the audio kind of cuts when you do the room transitions there, so no stream error, nothing going on their part there. Just a weird little quirk sometimes that, if you haven't played the game before, it's kind of jarring here for the first time. Alright, so we'll go over here, and I'm going to do a kick turn in this room first. That way, as soon as I enter here, it's easier for me to fade right, rather than trying to kick turn and get shot at the same time. Alright, we're almost back to where we started. Kick turn action here. Go in this room facing this way. Alright, we're at the start. Now, instead of going left, we're going to go right. And we're going to go down, and we're going to use this elevator. Alright, so we're up here. And now we got to go down this way to go up to the 3rd floor in this section. We gotta go up this way, and then I'm gonna do a kick turn here So I can fade to the right on this side, and then cut downward. Now we got 3 skaters here to deal with. Our health is not looking great, so I'm going to try and pick some up along the way here. So I came out of elevator, which is blue C. Right. We got to go up 2 rooms, and there'll be health over here on the right. Duck there. Little health pick up there. Not that far out of the way. I have them mapped on my, or marked on my map as well, so I know which health pickups aren't too much of an inconvenience. They're scattered throughout. There's not very many of them, but we don't want to spend. We don't want to make the detour too far out of the way to get that. So we're back on floor 3. We got to take this long, windy hallway. I told you guys Ice Pick was on the roof, right? Yeah, we're going down. For those keeping track, on our second route, this is now our 5th elevator used. We're going from elevator E to elevator F. This is post-permit stuff. Because there was 7 elevators we used then, so I guess now we're on elevator 14 or 15. Yes, that's right, we're back on floor 1. So, go up here. Trying to save some of my ammo there. I have multiple paint clips, so I'm not too stressed about it, but I don't want to have to reload that quickly at the top. Alright. Good enough. Alright, we're done with floor 1. I know, man. It's insane. I will show you guys later the ridiculous route that I'm taking. It doesn't make any sense. What maniac was like, that mall, that beach, and those streets level were just way too easy. I don't want anyone to see the ending of this game. Let's make this so hard. Like, it just required so much coding. Like, it was a lot of effort. It wasn't like someone just made something unfair by making the boss too difficult and giving you too little HP or your weapon too weak. Like, they literally coded 256 rooms. Like, this is a gigantic dungeon. I don't think there's a Zelda dungeon this big. Alright, so this is elevator I. The second to last elevator we're going to use. We are going to make a health pick up here, though. In a little bit, we're going to go up here, and then up here, and then up here, and then over to the left to grab this. We're not quite full health, but that's as good as we're going to get, I think. Oh, man, we're running into those guys. Oh, we got a duck. I tried to get a little bit of movement in there before they started firing at me again. There we go. Okay. Trying to preserve some semblance of HP here. Actually, we could go get some more. Let's do that. Let's be safe. There we go. We already watched all the cutscenes. We're good. Actually, we want to watch the ending cutscene. That's pretty good, too. Alright, let's hustle through here. Yeah, this is actually pretty easy health pickup. Even though it's a little bit out of the way, we can enter the rooms kind of slowly and still keep that momentum, and it's going in the correct direction. Alright. Coming up to the final showdown with Ice Pick on the roof. Time will be when Ice Pick starts crying. I'll let you know when it happens here. If you do a little kick turn there, you get a little bit of invincibility for a second. We're just going to try and load them up with paint clips. Kick turn there through them. A little too close for action there. There he goes, time! And you can see CJ's very happy. I do not want to let you know how miserable it is if you do not have the permit to get this far. You have to go back and do the whole level all over again. Alright, so we got the permit. We got CJ. Time is up. Let's see this ending. There they are, drilling the last little bits of holes. It's finally done! Congratulations, you successfully completed the Double Trouble half-pipe. Thanks to you, skateheads all over Elwood rejoice. Let's party! And then we can see fireworks over the half-pipe and a little party here while they do the credits. The music goes on for a really long time. I didn't realize the first time I watched this, the credits actually loop. You just sit here forever. Alright, so then, after you're done watching the credits, so you go through everything, you can press start. and you get to play the half pipe. What? This half pipe is way cooler than anything we saw in Skater Die 1. How come I didn't get to play this? How come I had to play that whole game just to get this half pipe? It should be its own separate thing. Yeah, if you do enough crazy tricks that I'm not particularly good at, CJ will yell at you from one of the windows and cheer you on too. But anyhow, it is actually selectable. At the very beginning of the game, you can hit start, do the adventure like I did, or you can press select and do just half pipe mode, which is what my brother and I mostly did because we weren't good enough to beat the game as a kid. That's Skater Die 2, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. There's a whole bunch of other games in that franchise as well, like Ski or Die and stuff like that. Pretty popular speed games as well, but this one not so much because of how mean it is. But I'm glad I got to share the whole story with you guys. It's always a piece that's lost on us speedrunners. Oh, I wanted to show you guys the map. All right, cool. So let me bring that up here. I got to add that as a source here real quick. Yeah, sure. Window capture. Wrong screen, sorry. Sorry, wrong one. That one? Nope, wrong one. This one. There we go. That's my map. Isn't that insane? Let me make it a little bit smaller, you guys can see everything. Oops, not that one. Wrong picture. There we go. There we go.
That's pretty wild that they just expected people to know
start
this.
Down here at the beginning.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you start that. Now, there's actually 6 rooms over here that are 8 rooms over here that I don't use. Those are my notes for what I can do in the mall, for my deliveries. But then I go up here and I do the orange A, which takes me to this orange A, then down to orange B, which takes me over to this orange B, over to orange C up to orange D, up, down to orange E, down to orange F, back up to orange G, which takes me to the permit. Then you go back all the way to the beginning, and you do all the blue letters. So, lots and lots of rooms there. Really, really, really difficult for young children. So, pretty punishing there, but you guys got to see it firsthand what it looks like, and the half pipe we got to do as a result. So,
you do make it sound simple.
Hope you guys really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for having me for such a great cause too.
Yeah,
Appreciate
those
it.
runs were super rad. Thank you so much for sharing them. I wanted to ask you, I noticed when we came back
Of
from
course.
setup time, it seems like the game is playing on 6 monitors behind you. What is up with that?
Oh, yeah. I've got some PVMs here all hooked up. I'm playing on a PVM here, and I've got an RGB Extron set up and some cables running around. Normally, I've got all my old consoles there, too, so if we're playing Mario Party or Mario Kart or something, I can press some buttons and give everyone their own screen sort of thing there, but when I stream, I think it's really cool to just be able to have them all on display behind me, or sometimes I'll put, like, some Simpsons episodes or Daria or something like that.
That is a
on there,
pretty
too.
cool
So
setup.
they're just all on the same Extron. I can change them to whatever I want, so yeah. Just hit reset here, and it goes back to the Skater Die screen here as well, so yeah. I'm just a nerd like that. I love this old stuff, so seeing the Fleet Fest celebrate the old school games, that was the one that called to me for sure.
That was
Thank
so
you for having
wonderful.
me.
Any final shout-outs?
Just you guys for putting this great event on. My channel is always doing some retro NES games. That's typically what I'm doing. I used to do some iRacing and some arcade stuff, but it tends to just be speedrunning old stuff right now. I'm working on Bart versus the World, the Simpsons game. You ever played those? Those were also miserable as far as controls go. They get better as the newer systems go along, right? Like the Genesis one and the SNES one, Bart's Nightmare. Everyone loved that one, but the NES games were just punishing. So I'm working on that one right now, but we got a couple other speedrun marathon things we're hoping coming up soon, so we might change our game depending if they accept us. But yeah, this is for a great cause, and if you guys haven't already, make sure you donate to the food bank there. You guys see the link just got posted in chat by the Nightbot. I know we're really trying to get that $425 goal that we got last time, so we got today and tomorrow still to try and get there. But thanks so much for having me, and hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend.
Thanks so much. That was so great. All right, everybody. We'll go to setup time now and get ready for the next run. Please do stay with us. I think it's going to be exciting.